Hello YouTube, how is it going? It's Retro Dave and I'm back with another video, and this feels really weird. It's been months and months and months since I've done a proper video in front of the camera. It must be 8 months and 9 months. It was sometime last year, 2018. I can't even remember. I've not even checked before pressing record, so this is it, like one take, just hit the record button and go. So yeah, this is going to be real ropey because it's been so long since I've done a video. So yeah, I always wanted to give you kind of like a bit of an update, show you some things that I've bought, tell you what I've been doing. I've been kind of spurred on by Alex a little bit, Alex Nintendo Arcade. If you don't know who he is, go and check out his channel, but I'm pretty sure if you know me, you know who he is anyway. And Alex has been off for a little while, having a few things going on, one thing with the other, good and bad. And I watched his video tonight and I thought, you know what, it spurred me on to make a video as well, really. Yeah, to see him come back and be positive and talk about his collection and what he wants to do this year, and explaining that he's sold a few bits and pieces and done this, that, the other. And I thought, you know what, tonight I think I'm going to do a quick video and tell you guys what I've been doing, what I've been up to, what I've bought, what I've sold. So yeah, I just thought I'd come on and yeah, just give you guys an update. Really, it's been ages. I mean, for those of you that have kind of been watching what I've been uploading, most of it has been arcade related, whether it be buying them or doing a lot of live streaming. I've been really into just playing my games, and to be honest with you guys, that's really what I have been doing. I've just been really enjoying just playing my stuff, really into playing the arcade games, as I'm sure most of you know already. I love chasing the scores. I love trying to beat myself, my own scores, and beat other people. I've really loved that competitive aspect of it, and the old school point chasing. I just love it. And I'm on a couple of high score kind of Facebook groups, Con Club being one. So if you're not aware, Con Club is a Facebook page, and it's basically Donkey Kong 1, 2 and 3, and you basically post whether it's parts for sale or scores, or you want to do like a live stream. So I'm often doing videos on there, like live streams as well, and some other people. So if you're interested in Donkey Kong Jr., Donkey Kong 3, and then check out that Facebook page. So Con Club, I'm on there. There's some other high score arcade groups and stuff like that on Facebook. So yeah, I've been playing games online, doing live streams on YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that. So just really enjoying playing my games, guys, and yeah, that's it really. Kind of just throwing the camera on a cabinet when I feel like it and recording myself playing when I'm playing. So that's kind of what I've done to keep the channel ticking over. Just clipping my phone to my cab and just playing the game. You know, I've been playing a lot of hyper sports and track and field and Donkey Kong and stuff like that. So if you're into that kind of stuff, cool. You know, it's great. People jump on and chat to me on there and while I'm playing. If that's not your bag, totally fine. You know, that's cool. You know, I'm not forcing anyone to watch anything. I'm just enjoying playing my games. I thought, well, I might as well put the YouTube on while I'm playing. And if people want to hop on and see me online and put a comment up or whatever, great, that's fine. And that's kind of where things will be going to a degree, because I'm not buying much anymore console wise. I've sold a lot of my console stuff off. I'd say over the last couple of years I've definitely, it's less than half, I think. I've slimmed it right down and spent a lot more money on arcades instead. I've kind of finished off my my NES collection and my SNES games that I did before. That was 2018, I think. Turn it down a bit. Yes, I've kind of like done what I needed to do console wise. Although I have got some bits here which I haven't shown yet. I've got some pickups that I went through my phone, and this is going back to June 2018, and this is the stuff that I can remember from looking at my purchase history since June last year. And it's not actually a great deal of stuff. It's not a lot, and that's the thing. I've slowed right down on buying stuff. I've kind of got what I want, and I've got it to a point where I'm happy with it. I sold a load of, as I said before, sold stuff off to fund buying the arcade games, which I'm really into as well. So that's kind of what I've done, what I've been doing behind the scenes. I've sold stuff on Facebook and that, thinned the collection down a lot, really honed it down to kind of where I am now. And I'm just going to show you really the few bits that I have bought since June last year up until like last week. So it spans, you know, a good what's that, 9-10 months or so. Yeah, a long while, and it's not a huge amount, it's fine, but I thought I'll share it with you anyway. I just kind of wanted to come on, do a bit of a waffle, just basically explain what I've been doing, what's going on, and yeah, that's it. Bit of an update really. I've not really done an update video like this, I don't think ever, or for a long time. Okay, before I show you the stuff that I bought, just a quick, what I'm talking about, what I've bought and sold and whatever. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you won't know, but I have sold 2 of my arcade machines. I will do, I plan to do an updated room tour at some point. So obviously I got my game room finished, it was January, yeah, it was January 2018. It took a few months, I think it was from September 2017, so it was good like 3 or 4 months or so to get my room done. And during last year I ended up getting a couple of extra machines, and I took my console area that I'm in now, where my bookcases are, I've kind of stripped that out. Pardon me, I put 3 bookcases in my garage. I didn't get rid of them, I put them in there out of the way, and to make space for a couple more arcade games. So I had my jammer cabinet, my track and field like conversion first, and then I recently bought my PlayChoice 10, which I did a video on a little while back, and I put that in next to track and field, and that's all well and good. But it started to feel like a little bit cramped in here, and when I designed this room, when I designed my game room and my arcade area, you know, I designed where I wanted all my sockets, where I wanted everything to be. I measured everything out. I made sure everything's going to fit nice. All my bookcases are going to fit nice. All my arcades are going to fit in there nicely. And then it very quickly kind of like went a little bit, I won't say out of control, but it overspilled into my console area, which is what I never intended to do. And obviously I wanted a track and field anyway. I was aiming for an original dedicated track and field, but ended up converting the jammer cab to a track and field and hyper sports as well, which I'm really happy with. So there's always going to be another machine, but it was where I was going to put it, because at the time I got that, it wasn't kind of the right time in so many words, whereas I didn't really want to put it in here. That's what the point I'm trying to make is, I didn't really want to put the arcade in the console area. But anyway, it did, and it worked. It fitted in there like a dream, like I did in the video. It fit. It just kind of was almost made to be there. It didn't stick out past the wall. It looked really nice in the corner, and I was happy with it. I thought, actually, that's not too bad. I think I can live with just the one in the corner. You know, that's fine. And then when the PlayChoice, I bought the PlayChoice, and I put that next to it, and I started feeling like it was a little bit cramped in here. I'm sitting at my desk, and I'm kind of like moving my chair out, and it's kind of in the way. And I thought, you know what? I thought I need to sort this out, because this is doing my head in. Walking in and it feeling a bit cramped, and I got my collection basically squeezed down to 1 bookcase. That's how much I've refined it down, by the way. I can get it all onto 1 bookcase. And I thought, no, I can't be having this. I thought I need to take a step back, have a rejig, have a rethink, and yeah, I sold a couple of cabs off. So I've sold my Popeye and I sold Miss Pac-Man. So Popeye I've had for 3 years. Yeah, and I mean, I just got a bit bored of it, if I'm honest. It's a good game, but I much prefer Donkey Kong Jr. and my other games. I mean, Popeye was like the one I played the least, and as was Miss Pac-Man. Miss Pac-Man was a game I kind of bought it more for like the wife and kids to get involved with, and because it's a game that I know they'd probably like to play, and they like to play it for like a couple of weeks, and then the novelty kind of wore off, and they never really bothered coming out again. And if they did, it was like once every couple of months, if that, you know, and it was like a quick go, and it's like, it wasn't really getting the gameplay that it deserved, and I played it because it was there and it was on, and I like the game, but I don't love the game, and I never really invested any real time into playing the game. So you know, and I bought Dr. Mario for the PlayChoice 10, and my wife loves Dr. Mario and Tetris. They're like her two favourites. And she come out there and played Dr. Mario for about an hour and a half, and that's the longest she's ever been out here playing anything. And she said to me, Dave, she said, don't keep Miss Pac-Man for my sake, because I'm not bothered. She goes, I'm quite happy playing Dr. Mario. So I thought, right. And with that, the following weekend it was sold. As soon as the wife said, you know what, I'm not interested in Miss Pac-Man, don't keep it for me and the girls, just, I'll play Dr. Mario. I'm like, okay, fine. And I sold it the following weekend. Popeye and Miss Pac-Man went, not last weekend, was it weekend 3 weeks ago? So they're gone. Picked up, sold them on the weekend. They were picked up on the Tuesday morning. I think it was Monday or Tuesday morning. Gone. That's it. And I've put my room back together, kind of how it was before. Put the bookcases back in. Rejigged the collection about, and that's why I want to show you how I've got that displayed. I'm really happy with it. Honestly, it looks awesome now. I'm really happy with how I've got everything displayed out nice. Because obviously I sold other stuff off in the meantime to fund the PlayChoice 10 and a few other bits and pieces. So I thinned it right out. It looks awesome now. I love the shelves and how I've got everything displayed. So I will do an update room tour at some point. I just wanted to let you know that I'd sold a couple of cabs off. So I'm down to the 5 in the arcade area, just how I originally intended it to be. So yeah, just really happy with how the setup is now. I feel a lot more spacious. I feel cleansed. I feel that everything's back where it should be and how it should have always been. Yeah, I think having that extra cabin here made me think, you know what, this can't continue. And like I say, I mean, my mate Craig's here again. He was adamant that there'll be another one coming before long, and I'll end up swapping sides. I'll have my arcades in here and have more constant stuff in the other smaller area. And I thought, no, that's not what I wanted. That isn't what I set out to do. Spent a lot of time, money, and effort getting this game room how I wanted it, and I felt like I was cheating myself. That, you know, within a year of having the game room finished, I've almost tore it out and put stuff in that I didn't want to have in, and made it like feel messy and a bit and just a bit cramped. So I thought, right, that's it. We're gonna sort things out. But anyway, I digress. We've covered that now. So game room is back to being the game room console area. Arcade area is down there. That's all good. Yeah, that's it. So let's go wet the whistle, and I'll show the bits and pieces that I can remember buying since last June. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll start off with the oldest stuff that I can remember. That's some PC Engine games. I did a PC Engine video probably a year ago. I can't even remember. I'm not going to go back and check. And I bought that, and I bought like a bunch of games with it to start me going on playing it. And I then bought like another little batch of games shortly afterwards, maybe a month or so, 2 months after. I can't even remember. Anyway, so the ones, there might be a couple more in the wallet, but I can't remember if I've shown them already. But these ones I know I've definitely got on my purchase history. So I'm going to show you these now. So I've got a small selection of PC Engine games. I've got one complete and the rest are all loose. The complete game is Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. And I think Pete in a Retro Tip put me onto this. And he said that he goes, just try it out. He goes, you'll be really surprised with how well it plays on the PC Engine. It just looks awesome. It really is nice. It plays really well, and yeah, it's just a cool port of the game on the PC Engine, and it's all complete. It's got the games actually not in here. It's in the plastic wallet. It's got all the the spine card, the end card thing, all the other bits and bobs in there. So that's all good. So we've got Street Fighter 2. Got Ninja Spirits. This is a decent game, but it's bloody hard. I have beaten this actually. I've actually beaten some of these games. So Ninja Spirit, it's awesome platformer. Really cheap at the end, and the last level we have to like free fall down into the pit. Man, I tried that. It must have been 50-60 times. I kid you, it was the worst. Go and look up a gameplay of this game, Ninja Spirit, on PC Engine, and go to the last level, and you fall off this platform, and you have to fall down this black pit and dodge enemies with like holding like, almost like spears that appear from nowhere, and you have to almost like remember the pattern of where they appear and like free fall and move left and right and dodge it. It's bullshit. And for me, it spoilt the game. It was great until that point where it's like so cheap. You have to die and retry. It's countless times, and I thought I'm not gonna let it beat me, so I persevered and I did get through it. But yeah, that last level at the end, that last 15-20 seconds of falling just spoilt it for me. But it's a really good game. And the graphics on it are really cool too. So that's Ninja Spirits. Splatterhouse, a classic original Splatterhouse. Again, I think I got to the third or fourth level. I can't remember now. I think you go in the house. I haven't played it for a little while, but decent port, decent game. I think I had this on the Genesis, but I did sell the Genesis. But I think it was Splatterhouse 2. I can't remember. But anyway. Splatterhouse, decent game. This one was recommended by Jay, Snake 7. He said you got to get Splatterhouse, and I remember saying to yeah, I think I saw that, and I bought it. So awesome little game. Oh yeah, I had this on the NES back in the late 90s, and I haven't got it on the NES now. And I thought I see it on the PC Engine, so I thought I'd get it. I think it was like 15 quid, I think it was, and I've not seen one come up before, and that was New Zealand Story, like a cutesy little platformer. I used to play it all the time on the NES back in the day, and this is obviously exactly the same game, but just looks and plays a little bit nicer, I think. So that is the New Zealand Story. This game, I just saw the cover and searched up a gameplay and thought, yep, that looks pretty cool, we'll have some of that. And it's called Dragon Egg. It's a pretty decent little platformer. I did beat it on my first game, my first playthrough. I can't remember how it took me now, but I did beat this. Maybe it took half hour, 40 minutes. Decent game. It's a little bit like Adventure Island-ish. That's what it reminded me of anyway. But yeah, nevertheless, decent little game. So it's Dragon Egg. A couple of shooters, image fight, vertical shoot 'em up. Yeah, what can I say? It's as decent as shoot 'em up. And Gunhead, or Blazing Lasers is the. Is it Blazing Lasers? Yeah, the one you get, the TurboGrafx version of this is Blazing Lasers, up the packing game. So it's called Gunhead on the Japanese PC Engine version. Soldier Blade and those games are way better in my opinion, but this is kind of like the first shoot 'em up I played on it, so I thought, yeah, I'll grab that. And it was in the UK, so I didn't have to import or anything. So Gunhead. So that's the little PC Engine bundle. Now I have got some Power SNES games. So there's a little bit of a story for these, so I will tell you about them as we go. So the first one, I'll take it out of the case so we don't have the glare. So this game, I actually I did sell it. I did sell it on on Facebook. God, I can't remember. It was some point in 2018, early on. I did buy the game back, and it's a bit of an obscure platformer, and that is Black Hawk. If you've watched my channel for a while, I bought this years ago. I don't even know the year. Years and years ago, maybe 2012. I can't remember. Long time ago. So this one is in really nice. It's got a tiny little tear here, just there. Other than that, it is in beautiful condition. Really happy with it. So it's kind of a action adventure platform strategy platformer game. It plays a little bit like Prince of Persia, if you're more familiar with that. I personally don't really like Prince of Persia, but this game is awesome. It's called Blackthorn. The US version is Blackthorn, and this is Black Hawk, the UK or PAL version. Great game, and again, I thought, oh, yeah, I kind of need to get this one back. So yeah, really happy with that. So that is Black Hawk. Now the other three games I'm going to show you, I had these on the US version. I sold the US versions off and bought these three PAL versions because that's what I had back in the day, or that's what I was experienced back in the day. So again, I've gone for the nostalgia collection, and so this game again, I just haven't bought it for so long. It's just one of those games I've put off, and then trying to find one in nice condition again is pretty hard. So I sold the US one, I can't remember now, a few months ago. This is more recent, and this is the one, again, one of my best friends had growing up, and we used to play it around his house, and that is Super Star Wars. So I wanted the PAL JVC release, which is the one he had, and we used to play a lot. And it's quite a frustrating game at times, this, but I really like it. It's a really cool game. It's my favourite of the three on the Super Nintendo. I have owned the other two, but I don't own them anymore. I just didn't get on with them. This is where it's at. So I love this game. For me, this is the best one, the first one. Maybe it's nostalgia goggles, but yeah, Super Star Wars, quality little game, great platformer. Yeah, and I'm really happy to have a really nice condition PAL version instead of the US one. I got the US one off of Pete, I think, years ago. So yeah, happy to have that. Okay, this one again. This was I had one US, and this is one I got rid of fairly recently. I traded this game and Gradius 3 for two of my PlayChoice 10 toppers. In my last video I showed you I had the Mike Tyson's Punch Out and the Mario 2 little metal PlayChoice signs. So I then went and bought the PAL version of this game back, which is one of the ones that I had back in the day. And that is the Mystical Ninja. I have owned this before, PAL loose cartridge. I then bought the US one, sold the PAL loose cartridge off because I had it complete, and I've now obviously traded the US one off and bought the PAL one back complete. This one isn't in the best condition. It's nice from the front. It's got a little rip on the front there, but it's got a bigger rip on the back. I just am not willing to pay the stupid money that this game seems to fetch. So I thought, fuck it, I'll just buy one that's got a rip on it, and I'm happy because the manual and the cartridge and everything is mint on it. The box, like I say, from this here looks lovely, but it's got a little crease here, but on the back is where the disaster is. So the back's got a bit of a nasty rip on it, but I'm not bothered. how it's displayed on the shelf, I'm looking at the front anyway, and that's what I like. The artwork on the front is just awesome on this game. But this was it's half the price of one that isn't ripped. So I'm like, yeah, I'm good with that. I mean, the game inside is mint condition. The manual's mint. Just a bit of the rip on the box at the back. But I'm really happy overall. So again, the price I paid, I can't grumble basically. But yeah, I love that artwork. It's so cool, and the game is just awesome. So I'm really, really happy with that. Mystical Ninja. Really, really cool game, and I love the box art for that. And again, I really wanted that red Konami box. So cool. And last up for the Super Nintendo, it's I had this on the US, and I bought the PAL version because the PAL version is the one I had back in the day. Although it did come bundled in my console, the console I've got is left in the box and all the packaging. And if I want to play the game, I'm going to play the actual SNES game of it. So that is Super Mario All Stars. I'm sure you've all seen this game before. This one's got a little bit of sinkage on the front, but again, I'm not overly bothered. It is sealed one end, but overall it's in really, really beautiful condition, fully complete. Yeah, what can you say? Mario All Stars, probably one of the best packing games ever, in my opinion, for a home console. Just fantastic. So happy days with that. So that is the SNES games sorted. So I'll swig on my drink. Then we're moving on to way more recent now. So they were like, I say PC Engine was June last year. SNES games were end of last year. In fact, they're all last year, end of last year. And then the rest of it is this year. So we're in February now, so I think these bits come, I think this is all from this year, yeah. So with my wanting to upgrade my games, if they're in like, there's some damage in the boxes, whatever, I weren't too happy. I upgraded this game, and again, it's not, the thing is, it's not even an expensive game or a game that's hard to get. It just doesn't come up in decent condition very often. And this has been on my saved searches for a few years. I already own the game, but it was kind of like, with all my NES games, my NES collection, this was the one that's in like the worst condition, and even that, it wasn't even that bad, but it was the worst of what I had, and it kind of bugged me, and I wanted to get a nicer version of it, because it was kind of like the one that's letting the collection down, if you like. But again, I waited a long time for one to come up in the condition that I was happy with. It's not an expensive game. It was like 18 quid, I think. Complete, posted, pardon me. And it's a really cool game. No one ever talks about it. No one really talks about this game. But I do recommend you try and check it out. And that is Captain Skyhawk. It's a game that one of my best friends, we used to play around his house all the time. We used to play Captain Skyhawk, Track and Field 2, Wild Gunman, oh god, what else did he have? Turtles, Mario 3. We used to play this all the time. I just love it. It's such a cool game. It's a vertical shoot 'em up. It's a bit like Polygon 3D-ish. Yeah, it's hard to explain. Just go and check it out. The game, like loose, is like a £5. It's nothing. It's like, but it's a really good little game. And you will see another version of this come up a bit later in the video, but I'll show you that in a bit. But it's just such a cool game. And again, to get this in this condition took me such a long time. Again, my one wasn't that bad. It had a bit of yellowing up here, where the old hang tail was on there or something. But yeah, and this is like mint. It's like in the bag and everything. So I'm really happy to spot that and get that. And this is a fairly recent purchase, so Captain Skyhawk. Go and check it out. Really, really cool game. What else we got to show you? Okay, I'm going to save that and that. Okay, got a Spectrum game. Now, Monkey Spaz James is going to know exactly what this is before I show it. So, with my Spectrum collection, I've whittled it right down to the games that I had with my computer when I bought it off my friend back in the early 90s, and the games that I bought out of the newsagents this is before I even had a paper round, so I would have only been maybe 10, 11, maybe 12. I can't remember. Anyway, so I've got the games I had with the computer that I originally had when I bought it, the games that I bought from the newsagents where I did eventually have my paper round, and other games that I've bought kind of like fairly recently, and I've just kind of kept like the best ones, like my favourites. But anyway, there was one game that was eluding that I never saw out of the original few that I bought from the newsagents. What's this one? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I will have to go and have a look in the rack, but I think it's about 5, including this one. 5 Spectrum games that I bought from the newsagents, and I remember buying them. And I remember going home, loading them up, playing them. It's just a real fond memory of mine. And when I started buying the Spectrum games back, even before I had this collection, even back in 2005, 2006, when I started collecting again, I'd never ever saw this game. And it's kind of the last Spectrum game that I was missing out of my original set, and it just never comes up for sale. And I did find this game, but not this version. So this is a budget release version. So I found a box, the original release, on eBay a few years back, and I bought it because it was how I could play the game, but it's not the version that I had, and I really wanted the same one that I bought back in the day. You know, I wanted the nostalgia collection of Spectrum games, and this game has took years to find. And I went and found an old post I put on Facebook, looking for 2 games. There was this game and Miami Chase, my 2 favourites that I bought out of the newsagents. Now, I got the Miami Chase, and I think I got it back off of Monkey Spaz when I sold him my bundle of Spectrum games years ago. And I got that back off him, if I remember rightly. I'm sure, or was it 3D stock cards? I can't remember. Anyway, but I got Miami Chase pretty easily. I'm sure it was off James. I can't remember. But this game, I looked up the post on Facebook, and it was almost like 4 years to the week that I said, I'm looking for this game. Has anyone got it? And people were saying, oh no, there's a queue for that game. Doesn't come up. Blah, blah, blah. And I went back up there and I posted up, said, I've got it. I finally got the game. And James went, that was mine. We spoke about it at Arcade Club a few weeks ago, and yeah, I managed to bag it. I'm going to show you what it is now. Stop rambling on. I've got it in a little protector. So the elusive Spectrum game is the Hit Squad version of Darkman. So for you guys that know your Spectrum, you'll know how hard this is to find. It's one of, I think this and Adam's Family, I think, are probably the hardest 2 to get. It's not that I wanted it because it's hard to get. I wanted it because this is the one that I bought. Obviously not the exact one, but is this version. This is what I bought out of the newsagents. It must have been 1992. It must have been around 1992, 93 at the latest. I can't quite remember the year. I must have been 10. I can't remember, but I remember buying this game anyway out of the newsagents, and I think it would have been $3.99, $2.99. I don't know. The artwork on the front is just what is like burnt in my memory. Like this like blue background, the hit score background, and the graphic on the front, and that I just thought it's so cool. And the tape, got the black tape, the hit squad on it, and then the screenshots. Obviously not Spectrum screenshots. I don't believe they are anyway. No, screenshots taken from various computer formats. I used to love that because you knew for a fact that it's going to be dog shit when you got home and loaded it up. And that's Spectrum on there, that one there. So it's a side-scrolling kind of like beat 'em up, and it's rock hard. I don't think I've even got off the first level. I've got right to the end of the screen and I run out of health before I go any further, and I haven't had the patience to really persevere with it. But this game does work both sides. I did load it up both sides, so I'm really happy that it works. So this is the final Spectrum game from my nostalgic collection, and I'm really happy that I've added it. It was not cheap, but it's the last one I wanted, and I needed it, and I'm having it. So it took 4 years, actively searching for 4 years, and I thought, I saw it and I thought, I've got to do it, I've got to pull the trigger on it. So yeah, 4 years of waiting is over, and that concludes the Spectrum collection. That's the final game, Darkman, Hit Squad release. Okay, enough talking about that. What shall I go to now? Okay, I saw this on eBay. I've got like a safe search for like Nintendo collectibles and stuff like that, and I see these in America on American eBay, and I thought, yeah, if I could see one of them over here, I'd grab it, because to ship it over, the cost of the postage, it just didn't really seem worth it. Like, I think it would have cost like, I'm sure they sell for like £20–30 plus like shipping would have been like 18 quid, like nearly 40–50 quid for this, and I'm not willing to pay that. Like, and then I just looked on my searches and this came up, and it was in the UK, and I thought, oh god, this is going to cost me way less to get it here. So I bid on it and I won it, and there's a little bit of a frenzy at the end, as there always is with eBay, but I did manage to get it for a decent price. That's £16 odd, and that is a Donkey Kong plush or teddy or whatever you want to call it, like a bean. It's like got beans or grains in it, I don't know. It's a 1982 Etone, how you pronounce that. But it's in really good condition. I mean, the ones I've seen in the States, you see these in America. Like, look on eBay, American eBay, you'll see several on there. But this one's in really nice. This came today. I opened this today, and it's in really nice condition. It doesn't smell of, like, you know, fags or dirt or damp or anything. It's really nice nick for something that's as old as this, like 36 years old. It's crazy. Hang tight, 37 years old this year, Jesus. But yeah, basically I bought this. I'm going to stick it on top of my Donkey Kong cabinet. That's what I wanted it for, to stick it on top of the machine. And I thought, yeah, if I see one of them in the UK, I'll grab it. And I did. I've not seen any of these come up in the UK before since I've been looking, so I went for it. I got Donkey Kong teddy. But it is pretty cool, and it does, if you stand it on like a table, it does actually like stand there like that. It's pretty cool. So yeah, there was that. Okay, that's literally today. Okay, this also came today. I'll show you this now real quick, and we're going back to Captain Skyhawk again. And this time, it's well, I've already told you what the game is now. I might as well go straight into it. And it's a game for the PlayChoice 10, and it is Captain Skyhawk. I kind of wanted this game and one other game, and we'll come on to that in a minute. And this just happened to come up for sale, and I think, having looked online, this and the other game I want are probably one of the harder two to find. And like I said, I really wanted the game I like, Captain Skyhawk. I showed you the NES game earlier, and I saw this and I thought, yeah, you know what, I want this in my machine to play. So I grabbed it, and it is an original Captain Skyhawk PlayChoice 10 balls. This is what the PlayChoice games look like. Some are a little bit longer than this. This is the shortest they come. It's like about a 15cm ruler size, and the slightly longer ones are probably out to about there. But all it is, say, on these little pins, some of you that don't know, this just pops on. There's like loads of little pins here, connector pins, and it pops onto the PCB in the cab, and they all kind of like stack up in a line, like 10 of them. Yeah, awesome. I've not even plugged this in. I've literally just opened the package. I'm going to try and do a video on this if I can, getting this in. So I've not even tested it, not plugged it in. My cab's pulled out, ready to plug her in. Can't wait. I'm going to do it after I've done this video. So Captain Skyhawk for the PlayChoice 10, which I can't wait to get in. And I'm going to do a video on it and playing it as well, first time, show you guys what it's all about. It's a cool game. So, the only other game I'm looking for the PlayChoice 10 is Turtles 2, the arcade game. Again, this is a game I had back in the day, and I really want it on the PlayChoice because it's such a cool two-player beat 'em up, side-scrolling beat 'em up, and I can't find the PlayChoice 10 board. I know I'm not had the cab long, but I'm looking, actively looking. I've been looking since I knew I was going to buy the cab last October, and I can't find an original Turtles 2, the arcade game. So while I wait for one to appear for sale, which could take, I don't know, I have no idea. One might appear for sale tomorrow, it might take a year, I don't know. But what I've done to keep me going, if you like, is I've bought a couple of bits to enable me to play the game, so to speak, but it's not on a PlayChoice 10 board. Now what I've bought, and again this came yesterday, not even opened it yet, I'm not sure if you can be able to see it. I'll tell you what, we'll open it and then you'll be able to see exactly what's what. So I've not even took it out of the packet yet. So this is a clever bit of kit, and it is called a NES Game Link adapter, and as you can see it does exactly what it says on the tin, or the label as it were. So what you basically do is you put this in your PlayChoice 10 slot, and you put the NES cartridge, or any NES cartridge, on this, and you can play NES carts on your PlayChoice 10. So this is going to be awesome. Unfortunately it doesn't support the EverDrive, which is what I already own. Apparently games freeze up on that, and I don't want to be going down that road. So what I've done is I bought a loose copy of Turtles 2, the arcade game, the US version. I'm not sure if it makes a difference between US and PAL on the PlayChoice, I don't know, but it's a US cab, and I want to make sure it's full screen and all that for that. So I bought the American cartridge, loose cartridge, like 15 quid I think it was. So what we're going to do is you put it in like that. I think it goes in. I've not done this before, obviously. I just got it. There you go, like that. So that means we can now play Turtles 2, the arcade game, on the PlayChoice 10. So we fudge that in like that on the first port, and that just overhangs like that in the cab. Or it'll sit like that. Happy days, eh? Cool bit of kit. Now, as you guys may or may not know, my favourite game on the NES is Gremlins 2, and I have bought a loose cartridge of Gremlins 2 coming from the States. It hasn't arrived yet. I didn't want to wait for this video for that one game to arrive because I want to get this other stuff in the cabinet. So what my plan is to run Turtles 2 the arcade game on this in my machine until I find an original PlayChoice 10 board. And what I'm going to do is, when I find the PlayChoice 10 board of this game, this is going to come out and Gremlins 2 is going in, because that is my favourite NES game, and I'll be able to play my favourite NES game on the PlayChoice, so it's win-win. So this is going to get me out of... This is going to scratch the itch, as it were, to play this game, one of my favourite NES games. And then when I've got the original game board, like my Captain Skyhawk, then Gremlins will live in this. And if I do fancy switching it out, I can put any of my NES games on this. All I've got to do is pull the machine out and plug it in. So it's going to be awesome. It'd be even better if there was an extension harness from this going up to like the coin door or something, because then I've not got to pull the machine out, and that would be even better. But in theory, I could put any NES game I want in my PlayChoice, which is awesome. So I'm going to try this out in a little while. And the final thing, and it's PlayChoice related again, and this is to go along with my Turtles 2 arcade game venture, is I managed to find on Facebook the topper for it. Again, I don't think these come up very often either, and I love the artwork, I love the colours, it's awesome, and this is going up on my PlayChoice 10 now. After this video, the first thing I'm doing is unscrewing one of my others, and this is going on. Yeah, love it. I thought, I'm going all out with the PlayChoice 10, I want the game. I thought, I found the topper first, so I bought this topper and got it shipped over off a guy on Facebook, and then I thought, right, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get the game link and the NES cartridge to see me through, and then so as soon as I've got that original game board, I'm going to be happy days. And so that is going on the machine in the next 10 minutes because I've been waiting to put it on, but I thought I'm going to do a video on my stuff first. But yeah, really happy to get that. It's in beautiful condition. The guy bought a PlayChoice 10, and this and I think 2 other toppers were in the bottom. This was dusty. This is all covered in dust and crap. I've wiped it all off. It is original. It is all original. It's like aluminium. You screw this into your machine like that, and you see them at the top. If you go back to my PlayChoice video, you'll see how these go on. Just cool, man. That's awesome. I love the colours, love the artwork, catches your eye, and yeah, it's one of my favourite games, so it's a must have. So that's it. That is it, guys. That's all I've bought. That is it. You are bang up to date. I'm gonna attempt to do a video trying to install this stuff in my cab, so that'll be a separate video. But anyway, I'm gonna stop waffling. You've probably been watching long enough, and I'm gonna leave it there. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, I shall catch you again. I won't say soon, because it might not be, but I'll catch you at some point for another video. Take it easy, guys. Thanks for watching, and yeah, see you in a bit.